Good, thank you.
Okay, we were speaking earlier about, what are some of your hopes and expectations, but now let's flip it a little. We've heard the budget, we've heard the presentation. What are your thoughts on the presentation itself?
Well, it certainly was a certainly concise presentation, and many elements to the budget, many numbers to try and recalculate. But I think overall, from a private sector perspective and standpoint, I think the presentation spoke to regenerating the economy, and in doing so, one of the areas that I think the private sector on a whole and the business community would be pleased is in that the government is able to continue the reduction in the tax breaks that they've given to businesses, unincorporated tax to 50% extended down to 2021 in June of 2021. So that was part of the stimulus, which would continue. The reduction in corporate tax rate percent to 24%, which is also extended to June 2021. But I think from our earlier discussions with government just previous to COVID, the private sector and chamber had been speaking to government about reduction in corporate tax overall as a long-term strategy for Syncits to be more globally competitive, regionally competitive, to attract more businesses into Syncits, not just for tax write-offs, but to be registered here and to actually function here to create employment and to generate income. So I think that we're moving in that direction. There are other areas in the budget that are very encouraging. Overall, new businesses, the Prime Minister spoke to increased, I think they had many applications for new businesses, so it shows that even with COVID, there's still some sort of activity taking place, that people are still encouraged to open new businesses, and a real thrust towards supporting those businesses and individuals on a whole with the stimulus package that can allow people to still spend some money and put money into the economy. Other areas that come to mind are agriculture. It's very encouraging to see more funds being put into agriculture to provide food security for us as a whole, to eat more healthy in the long run, in the long term, for fisheries also, for education. I mean, the numbers, are there. The budget is very concise, and I believe that considering COVID, as a country, we certainly were in a position to take the brunt of what it had to offer, and hopefully we'll come out on the other side in 2021 eventually with some level of growth. I think they're looking at a possible 5% projection if the vaccine does what it's supposed to do in the US, the UK, the larger global stage, which trickles down here. Eventually we get our tourism product back up and running, hopefully.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
So that was Giselle Matthews, the president of the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, and that was